Alright, so I was doing cleanup for a property management company. I came across some paperwork that appeared to be really old and a little too interesting for me to just throw away in the trash. So I put it in my truck, and when I got home, I just pulled it out to take a look at it. And it mostly was from a man named W.R. Palmer, and it was really interesting stuff. There was a lot of Freemason stuff, plus mechanical engineers, monthly magazine stuff like that. And then also there was solicitations for different investments. Like he was heavily invested in the Roy Hercules, which was the people that made dynamite back in the day. He also was he had the patent for a still hardening process that was approved in 1907. And there was some correspondence between him and I believe possibly could have been Howard Hughes Sr. Regarding drill tests for deep rock drilling for a new tip, or for a new drill bit tip. And there's also discussions of another thing. He was into mining, and he was also into oil, drilling wells. And there's another letter between him and the Hughes Tool Company regarding if he was asking if it was alright to take a drill bit and move it to another job site and keep it under the same lease number. And I guess he was already renting a drill bit and wanted to move it to another job site without having to return it. It was just, and that got me thinking. I was like, wow, this is a pretty important guy. Come to find out, he also had a lot to do with. He worked for RCA. He was an electrical engineer, plus a mining engineer. He was the majority shareholder in the Iron Cap copper mine, and he was a Texas, one of those Texas engineering tycoons. It appears that he was friends with the Hughes family, or at least did business dealings with them. Because in the middle of the paperwork, I found this picture here, and which appears to be, I'm guessing, is that when Howard Hughes' parents died and he took over the tool company, when he was reaching out to find support for him, because obviously he wasn't a specialist in any of this stuff, so this would be the man to talk to. He was a well-respected mining engineer, and also a highly productive. He owned a highly productive drilling company. So what I believe this is I believe that Howard Hughes took this photo himself and sent it to Mr. Palmer, just as a introduction, let him know who he is. And if I'm correct, then this is a picture of Howard Hughes at a pivotal point in his life. That there's no other pictures of him at this time. This is a time when he's still young, and you can see his sense to him. You see how sharp he was, and obviously how good looking he was before he got in his plane crash. There's just so much to this picture that's amazing. I know it's never been published, so I'm claiming copyright on it for now because I hold the original one. And I'd like to know your guys' thoughts. Any information that could help prove that this is what it is, would be grateful. But yeah, this has got to be a rare picture of Howard Hughes at a really important time in his life, and I think it needs to get out to the public, and people need to see this.